Once again from our nation's capital, it's time for Braves baseball. Game 3 between these bitter Eastern rivals, the Braves and the Nationals, and two good hurlers get after it. Patrick Corbin, the veteran left-hander, goes for Washington. Ian Anderson will make his 4th big league start. Best news of all, Ronald Acuna Jr., after a big scare last night, is back in the lineup and leading off for the Braves. Hi again, friends. Chip and Jeff, great to be back with you at the ballpark. As you know, the Braves offense has been exploding of late. They have the reigning National League Player of the Week in Marcell Ozuna. And Saturday, Jeff, is when we usually vote for the upcoming Player of the Week. And we've got 4 candidates that I want you to choose from. We're going to put the raw numbers up and see who your choice would be.
Well, can I choose all 4? Is that possible?
Well, sure you can, but really want one.
Okay, look, you look at all those numbers are great. For me, the one I love is Player D. The 11 hits, the 17 RBIs, driving in the runs. And look at the OPS, 1588. So for me, I'm going with Freddie Freeman.
Kind of feel like Monty Hall, and let's make a deal. I'll go with Player C, the 826 slugging percentage, 4 homers, 10 RBIs. Adam Duvall with a couple of 3-homer games. Now, there are also 2 other Braves that have a chance to qualify for the honor. One of them's Ozuna. The other, of course, Dansby Swanson.
Well, I think either of these 4 could be the Player of the Week. Look, the Braves offense is clicking on all cylinders. One of these guys deserves it. Really, all of them deserve it, but only one can win it.
Boy, we sound just like game show hosts. Maybe our best work. Hopefully, Ian Anderson will have his best work in store for us tonight. He tries to go 3-0 in his brief Major League career. He's facing off with the defending world champion Washington Nationals. It's Game 3. The Braves and the Nats from Nationals Park. First pitch and lineups coming right up. That feature, we honor some community heroes of our own on this September 12, 2020, as Ian Anderson takes the mound for the Braves in his 4th big league start. Our thanks to the teachers, nurses, and children's health care in Atlanta, and our firefighters for a job so well done. And hopefully, Jeff, it'll be a good night for the Braves, who rebound after a 4-hour and 48-minute defeat at the hands of the Nationals in extra innings. The Toyota starting lineup has been booming. Patrick Corbin is the man in opposition tonight.
And you can see those numbers, done great work at home. Just faced the Braves last Sunday. 5 1/3, 5 earned runs, and a season-high 4 walks. So, not used to seeing Corbin do that.
He works quickly, and he's quickly ahead of Ronald Acuna Jr., who gave everybody in baseball, not just Braves country, a big scare last night when he fouled that ball off his foot, had to be helped off the field. X-rays were taken. Obviously, they were negative. In fact, Ronald was hopping around, walking around in the locker room before the game was over. And obviously, fit to play tonight in Game 3. And I'm guessing, Jeff, they're going to try to feature that Corbin slider and get him to foul that ball off the foot again.
You can see last night on a 2-seamer in. And we saw it hit the pad, but I think part of the pad that probably didn't have as much padding. But as you said, good thing he's back. Lucky he didn't have to miss any time.
So Ronald at 280, 11 homers, 22 RBIs, big month of September. And 5 home runs against the Nationals this year. That's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that's what they did so good against Corbin last Sunday. We saw that back foot slider. He's got one of probably the best in all of baseball. The Braves were able to lay off that, see the ball up, out over the plate. Got at least 4 or 5 hits to right field. Hopefully they can have that same approach tonight.
Made him throw 106 pitches in 5 1/3 innings here in Atlanta. And Acuna bolt past a diving Trey Turner, and that'll make his foot feel better. A fast runner aboard to start the game for the Braves in the top of the 1st inning. This Atlanta offense has scored 94 runs in the first 11 games in September. 94. That is the most runs by any team since the 1902 Cleveland Broncos.
Had a good team that year.
They did. Well, they followed the Cleveland Spiders, who were the worst Major League team of all time and my favorite Cleveland team of all time. Here's Freddie Freeman. 10 homers for Freddie. And he shoots that one down the line near the pole, but it's out of play, foul. No balls and a strike. Great series for Freeman, 4 for 9 with a couple of homers. Freddie starts play, Jeff, 4th in the National League in hitting.
And 2nd in all of baseball in OPS with a 1081. Strong stuff.
Acuna at first. The 1-strike pitch missed inside. It's an even count. I hope you enjoyed our Guess Me If You Can open with all the Player of the Week possibilities for the Braves. You could put Freddie on that list too, but I think he's an MVP candidate, not just a Player of the Week.
Yeah, he's both.
As Acuna leads, and Freeman another fly ball, this one to left. Brock Holt, long run. Turner's out there too, near the line, and in foul ground the National shortstop hauls it in for the first out. It's been a rough ride for Patrick Corbin this year. He's 2-4 on the season. He has lost his last 4 decisions. In fact, Patrick Corbin's last win was over a month ago, August 10th. He's given up 7 earned runs in 2 September starts. He's lost both of those games in large part, Jeff, because of walks, which you mentioned earlier.
Well, just like Ronald, I think that back foot slider, he's almost spiking it too much on those guys, not giving them the chance to go at it. And then, of course, you take 2 or 3, you get a fastball like Ronald did, and you line it.
Marcell Ozuna, a big series, 6 for 10 with a homer. Ozuna had 5 hits last night. A double, a homer, 3 singles, and drove in 4 runs. A breaking ball is in for a strike, and Acuna easily steals second base without a throw. That's his 6th swipe of the year. He's in scoring position.
Well, and that's good news, the fact that he's running, stealing a base after last night.
So Ozuna gave up a strike for an RBI chance here. The pitch is downstairs. The biggest stat of the night last night. Oh, the bases on balls and the men left on base. Nationals walked double-digit Atlanta hitters. The Braves left 22 men on base and lost by a run.
That's unreal that they were even, to be honest, that they didn't win the game or that they were still in the game, but leaving 22 people on base.
Oh. 1-1 pitch. Misses down and away, 2 balls and a strike. But as you know, that's the great thing about baseball. Tomorrow's another day. You flush it, you move on. You're still in first place.
Well, we saw it when they got shut out here versus Florida that night, 8-0. Came back 29 runs the next night. So look, it doesn't bother this team. They don't think about it.
2 balls and a strike for Corbin. And that one is shot up the middle, of base hit. Here comes Acuna streaking around third, running free and easy. The throw to the plate is too high and late. Ronald Acuna rumbles around to put the Braves in front 1-0. Another hit for Ozuna in this series, and the Braves strike first.
Gosh, 5 for 6 last night. 6 for 7 now in the series with a walk. He just looks so dangerous. Look how quiet he is. Gets that late kick going back, but he's so smooth going forward with it, and he enables himself to see it. Look, Patrick Corbin, one of the best sliders in the game. Chip, both hits so far on fastballs. So you take that pitch, he's got to throw you a fastball.
42 RBIs for Ozuna, 1 behind Freddie Freeman of the Braves. And now Travis d'Arnaud is in. He's the Braves designated hitter. And you see on his left elbow, he's got a protective pad after he got plunked on the arm last night. Tyler Flowers also has been hit by a pitch on the arm in this series. And Tyler good to go tonight. He's behind the plate. So d'Arnaud the DH, Ozuna in left. Braves lead 1-0 after a couple of first inning hits. Lance Barksdale calling balls and strikes.
Travis, great job last night. Rough night early on. Chased a lot of sliders outside the zone and then ended up coming up with that big hit against Hudson with 2 outs in the 9th to tie the ball game up.
Inside out swing and a shot to right field by d'Arnaud. Third Atlanta hit of the inning.
That's what we're just talking about. I mean, this team, you know, like you said, leave 22 guys on last night. You come back out tonight, swing it right away. Beautiful piece of hitting. Fastball in, 0-2. Shoots it the other way.
Dansby Swanson, the fifth man to hit in the inning. Already 15 pitches for Corbin. Economy will be key for both of these pitching staffs tonight after 12 innings and all the changes and all the pitches that had to be thrown. This big crooked number would be just what the doctor ordered here for Atlanta. Dansby 2 for 8 in the set. He's homered. And didn't get the breaking ball. It's a strike. Great year for Swanson. 7 homers, a .303 average. He's knocked in 26 runs. And no matter where Snit has put him, Jeff, Dansby's produced. He's led off. He's hit second. He's hit down in the lineup.
And we said last night, if Ronald had missed today, I guarantee he'd been right back up at that leadoff spot. Doesn't matter for him. Not the way he's swinging it this year. You know, you see Corbin's velocity, the fastball 90-91. I always wonder, I remember seeing it with the Phillies back in 09 after they won the World Series. Some of those starters, you know, Strasburg's obviously hurt this year, but Scherzer, Corbin, they rode those guys a lot last year and a lot of stressful innings. And then just how this year unfolded.
Yeah,
it's got to have been a tough year for them.
Well, no question. I thought with the delay in play that would really help their starting staff recover because they weren't pitching. But then, as you said, starting, then stopping and having to crank up again, not easy. Dansby takes this one toward right field. Hernandez drifting back. His first big league start. Makes a nice running catch. Ozuna chugs to third base. He'll stop there on a tag play. And first and third, 2 outs on a deep drive off the bat of Dansby Swanson. He just missed. Nice catch by Yadiel Hernandez. Adam Eaton a late scratch in game 3.
I love the approach these right-handed hitters are having right now. Up the middle. Ronald pulled his, but besides that, Ozuna up the middle, d'Arnaud to right field, and then Dansby with a great piece of hitting there. Just right at him.
So Austin Riley, the final Braves hope in the first inning. Acuna led off with a single, stole second, scored. And there's the breaking ball. Riley waved at that. No balls and a strike. Tough series for Austin to this point. Just 1 hit in 10 tries. Braves have loaded up with right-handed bats against Patrick Corbin. Pitch way high. It's an even count. Washington signed Patrick Corbin as a free agent from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Big contract, some of the money deferred. And he helped pay immediate dividends last year as they won a ring.
Yeah, he was that third guy for them that they really needed, I thought, to get over the hump.
Popped up right side. Riley will watch that sail into the seats. And he's down to his last strike. Well, the right-handed hitters have given Corbin trouble this year. That's why you stack righties against him. 5 of his 7 homers. And right-handed batters batting .296. Already 3 Atlanta hits in the game. The pitch, and did he go? On the appeal at first, Riley couldn't check his swing, and Corbin has his first strikeout. Braves get a leadoff hit from Acuna. He scores the game's first run, and Ian Anderson goes to work. Makes his 4th major league start tonight. Think about it. He's faced the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Marlins, and now the defending world champions in his first month as a big leaguer. And a stout Toyota starting lineup presented by Davey Martinez for the Washington Ball Club. They had to shuffle it around at the start of the game because Adam Eaton could not play tonight. And so they've added Asdrubal Cabrera to play third base. And what do you look for from Ian tonight as he tries to rebound from a rough one last time out?
Yeah, his first 2 starts, 6 innings, threw great. Only that 1 hit versus the Yankees. Last start, 3 innings. threw that ball wide to first, and it kind of sent him on a little bit of a tailspin. I just want to see him come back out and throw tonight. You're young. You're going to have those types of things. Come out here and pound the zone.
And he does with the first pitch at 95 miles an hour. What also jumped out in that start against the Marlins, 83 pitches, Jeff, in 3 innings. He was really efficient in his first 2 starts against New York and Boston. And Atlanta would love that tonight. Big straight over the top fastball, curveball, and an excellent changeup for Anderson, right?
Well, that's his pitch. You know, even in 15 innings pitched only, batters are only hitting 164 off his changeup. It's been very effective.
And there it was. Holt knuckled that foul for a ball and 2 strikes. When Eaton went down, Davey Martinez put Holt in the leadoff spot because he's 8 for 16 against the Braves. He was hitting .097 when we saw him come to Atlanta. He's all the way up to .234 in about a week. And he chased a high fastball. Good pitch from Anderson. He's got strikeout stuff, more than 1 strikeout per inning. And his night's off to a good start, Jeff, as we enjoy your 4 keys.
Well, from an offensive standpoint, I said it, see the ball up. And the Braves did that in the first inning, got some good swings on it, scored a run. And I just said it for Ian, just confidence. Bounce back. It's 1 start, put it behind you. Off to a great start there on the first batter to Holt.
Trey Turner, the league's leading hitter now at .360. 63 hits, leads the senior circuit. And you'd figure Anderson would have an advantage the first time through the order here. The Nats have not seen him in any way except video. Now they're getting a live look at the 6'3", 170-pound right-hander from upstate New York. A ball and a strike.
And I think a difference in this game too is the Braves bullpens still, even though a lot threw last night, only 1 inning, they're still well rested, feel good. The Nats threw 6 relievers Thursday, 7 last night. So they're definitely going to need to get Corbin at least up there to the 6th, 7th inning.
Juan Soto's the DH. He's on deck. As Anderson back to work and on the ground to third. Riley vacuums that up. And his throw's on the money. 1 strikeout, 1 ground out for Ian Anderson. 2 outs, and this is how you want to face Soto. Nobody aboard.
Yeah, right. He has been so good. In 4 games this year versus the Braves, Soto .462 with 6 RBIs. And I thought it was interesting about the 6th, 7th inning on last night. You know, Kelly and Birdie did that hit where they kind of circled who's not going to beat you. You know, talking about the Braves lineup, and same thing we saw between Soto and Freeman last night. Those 2 guys kept getting walked last night after that. They were not going to end that ball game.
And it was Michael Taylor that had the game-winning hit for the Nationals. As Soto digs in, he's reached in 12 of his last 15 plate appearances. That's a good pitch from Anderson, trying to set up the outside corner, I would think. That surprised Soto. 95 miles an hour.
Well, if anything, just try to make him a little bit uncomfortable. No, you'll come in there, keep him from diving out over that plate.
Two balls, no strikes for Juan Soto, who has one of the most disciplined approaches at the plate of any player in Major League Baseball, and he's in his early 20s. Soto, 25 walks in 30 games, only 17 strikeouts. He's walked at least once in 7 straight games. And there is ball 4. It's another walk for Soto. That's 8 straight games with a base on balls, and now Asdrubal Cabrera's up with a man aboard and 2 out. Same philosophy, I'm guessing, Jeff, although Don't really pitch around a guy in the first inning, but I think that's 4 straight plate appearances with a walk for Soto in the series.
I'm not mad at it.
Nope.
I really am not. There's not many people, I think you know me, that I would say that with, but you know, move on to Cabrera, get back to that fastball, change up in the zone, and get your team back in there.
So Cabrera, the late addition to the lineup for Washington. 5 homers, 22 driven in for Asdrubal. Braves got a run on a Ozuna RBI hit that scored Ronald Acuna Jr. and the pitch is popped up. Ozzie had him played in the rover spot, and Ian Anderson has a very impressive scoreless first inning. Braves lead 1-0 as we head to the second.
You see, Adam, the amazing thing for me, out of those last 10 games, Chip, 13 hits, 11 for extra base hits. 11.
Well, it's been an unbelievable month for Adam Duvall, who's clobbered Patrick Corbin in his career. 13 homers. Tied for, for 4th in the National League. 29 RBIs for Adam. And he took a shot at right field and fouled it away. The thing about Duvall is he's been homering to all fields, and even when he hits it off the end of the bat, it still has enough carry to get out. We saw that here in Atlanta down the line.
Well, he's strong.
Yeah,
he is. So if he gets that ball up, and he does such a good job of able to take that ball on the outside part of the plate and still pull it down the line. But as you said, we'll still go opposite field. We saw it here the other night when he went in his 3-homer game. His first home run was in the bullpen for the Braves in right center.
1 ball, 1 strike. And this one is popped up. Garcia had him played to pull. He'll drift backwards and put that away for the first out. Tyler Flowers, the Braves catcher tonight. Duvall out on a changeup. Tyler at 261, a homer, 5 RBIs. He too, you see the protective elbow guard after he got plunked. As I said at the time, it was one of the most apropos tattoos on Tyler's left arm. He has "Flow" written in kind of Old English script. All that we saw was the OW and the mark of the baseball. So it said "ow," and it looked like it did hurt.
And I'll say it again. I can't remember seeing him come out of a game sometime in the last couple years, so you had to know that thing was hurting him.
So he got some treatment, and he's good to go tonight in Game 3. Series wraps up tomorrow. Final game of the year, head-to-head with the Braves and Nationals. First pitch at 12:35 Eastern Time. We'll talk about all the Braves pitching plans for that game and the upcoming series in just a little while with Kelly and Paul. That's in for a strike for Flowers. 0-2. Braves haven't seen a lot of left-handed starting pitching. They're 5-2 against left-handed starters this year. Other than Corbin, the last left-handed pitcher they saw was Daniel Castano of the Marlins. That was also about a month ago. And
they faced a few early in the season. Mats Peterson up there for the Mets.
Yep.
Lefty with the Marlins. They've been on a dry spell from seeing the southpaws.
Well, they'll get a northpaw tomorrow.
They know that guy.
Max Scherzer. Yes, indeed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good eye by Flowers. You mentioned, Jeff, look for the ball up, right? I mean, that's a big part of your attack against Patrick Corbin.
Well, I mean, he has struck out more batters on that slider in the last 2.5 years than any other pitcher in baseball on a certain pitch. And we saw Ronald lay off him. Now you see Flowers lay off it. So I think with the approach you're seeing the hitters have, which is shoot that ball up the middle in the right center, it enables you to not chase that so much.
But again, for a starter, sometimes the most difficult thing to do is face the same opponent in back-to-back games. That ball dropped in nicely, a slow curve. And Flowers took strike 3. That's the second out. Well, if they're not going to chase the slider, they have to be on red alert for the curveball.
Well, that's, yeah, he just threw one that froze Tyler. I think with a guy like Corbin, that's 3-2. You're probably not thinking that pitch is coming. Thinking more fastball or that back foot slider.
Ozzie Albies' first pitch, ground ball off the heel of Trey Turner's glove, and Ozzie will reach. Ozzie's been swinging early in the count an awful lot. But boy, it's great to have him back in the lineup. Ozzie scored a couple of runs last night. Had 3 hits. We'll see how this one is scored in the top of the second with 2 out.
Yeah, tough backhanded play. This could be a hit. But if he makes that, I'm telling you, still got a long ways to throw Ozzie out at first.
Turner gets a taste of his own medicine. He puts so much pressure on
with his speed.
Yep. So Acuna gets to hit with 2 outs and a man aboard. A base hit, stolen base for Ronald, who ran the bases free and easy after his scare last night. And that's downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
They gave it an error.
Give Turner the error. Washington has committed 28 errors this year. That's the 6th for Trey Turner. See if Atlanta can cash it in with 2 outs. Ronald Acuna Jr. playing in his 300th Major League game tonight. He's got 78 home runs in his first 300 Major League appearances. That's the 8th most by 300 games in history. And if he homers tonight, he would tie Joe DiMaggio and Ryan Braun with 79 homers in 300 games to start a career. And Corbin paying very close attention to Ozzie Albies, who's stolen a couple of bases. Doubt he'd be running here with Acuna and a chance for a 2-run homer. The Braves got a run, 3 hits in their first inning. And skied out of play for an even count.
And that's the thing, you saw Ronald steal last inning. If you do get a good jump first move, you know, Corbin's 50% that back foot slider, which takes a while to get to the plate and a lot of times ends up in the bottom part of the zone in the dirt. So, you know, not a horrible idea if he does get a pitch here, because then you put yourself in scoring position. And if you don't want to pitch to Ronald, well, you got Freddie behind him.
Well, it'd be nice to see Ronald hit one to Mahoney Valley here and make it 3-0. Off Patrick Corbin, who surrendered 7 homers this year. 2 balls and a strike. Way low. Ozzie belly flops into second. Boy, the Braves are running at will off of Patrick Corbin.
Well, I like that move, eventually taking a chance, Chip. Even if for some reason he gets thrown out, you still have Ronald leading off the 3rd inning, and now a base hit's going to score him. And as I said, if he decides to let him go, you can see he's going first move. He never had a chance.
That's all Gomes could do, was fire away from his knees. And now Acuna in the driver's seat. 3 balls and a strike. Ooh. Vicious cut, full count. Strikeout pitch for Corbin is the slider. 30 of his 44 punch-outs have come with that pitch. He has 2 strikeouts in this game, one of Riley, one of Flowers. Tyler's was looking. And now Acuna with a payoff digs in. Here it is. Did he go? He did. 2 check swing strikeouts for Patrick Corbin. That slider starting to bite. Middle of the second. It's still 1-0 Braves.
Anderson working with a 1-0 lead, and a fun little backstory on Anderson. And speaking to Kyle Wright this afternoon, he actually hosted Anderson on a visit to Vanderbilt back in 2016. And Kyle joked, I didn't do my job because Vandy didn't sign him. Naturally, that's because, of course, Ian Anderson went 3rd overall in 2016, straight out of high school. But Wright said, I knew then he was a very special kid, very confident, and it kind of established the foundation of what's become a really good relationship because, guys, what a small world. Just a few years later, they're playing for the same big league club.
Good point, Kelly. Anderson, the 3rd overall pick. Kyle Wright was the 5th overall pick.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't go to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Glad he came here. Small world, though.
He enjoys a 1-0 lead. Eric Thames greets him and takes a high strike. Thames had a nice game last night. Homered, singled, scored once, drove in 2. Different game for Atlanta tonight, Jeff. The first 2 games of this series, the Braves fell behind 5-0.
Yeah, you don't want to keep doing that.
No.
The Braves offense is great, but you don't want to put the pressure on yourself to have to continue to keep coming back.
So Anderson with a leadoff walk for Thames. That'll bring up Yan Gomes, the Nationals catcher. We haven't seen Kurt Suzuki in this series. Don't know if Kurt's banged up a little bit.
I mean, look, every time we watch him, he gets hit about 5 times.
But day game after night game, maybe he'll be in the lineup tomorrow.
And I do remember last year going through the into the season, postseason, Gomes caught Corbin every time he pitched. So usually when you have maybe 1 or 2 guys that really have a preference of who they want catching them. Remember Eddie Perez with Greg Maddux?
Sure. Anderson with a good strike gets ahead in the count, 0-1. .284, 3 homers, 11 RBIs for Yan Gomes. He's done good work at the plate against Atlanta with 6 hits this year. Anderson would love a ground ball and a double play in this 2nd inning. He leads 1-0. And that's upstairs. I mentioned the uniqueness of how the schedule laid out for Ian Anderson. Kid from New York faced the New York Yankees and nearly no-hit them in winning his big league debut. Well, he grew up a huge Red Sox fan. His next start came at Fenway Park, where he pitched great and won that game. So in winning his first 2 against those AL East rivals, led to an interesting story. The last major league player to win his first 2 games that were against the Yankees and Red Sox in turn was the great Louis Tiant.
Wow.
Who did that for the Cleveland Indians so many years ago.
I know, and I think it's just even ironic that he's in the National League.
Right.
How much crazy this whole year is.
And so growing up in a huge Boston Red Sox fan family, that was a thrill for him too, but he's missing the mark badly here in the 2nd inning. A leadoff walk and now behind 3-1 to Gomes. Luis Garcia, the Nationals' 2nd baseman, waits on deck. Only 1 walk in his last outing against the Marlins, but boy, he really had to work overtime. A lot of pitches.
Yeah, you just don't like it right now. 23 pitches, 14 balls. Get back in that strike zone, Ian.
But he can't. He misses badly. Back-to-back walks. 3 walks in the game now, and Garcia's coming up. Rick Kranitz is out for a visit. That's the, I don't want to say exasperating thing, but it's really the exciting thing about watching a young pitcher pitch. It's waiting to see what they do on a game-to-game basis because they don't have a true back of the bubblegum card. But I would assume, Jeff, and maybe we can bring Paul Byrd in, the next step for the evolution of a young pitcher is knowing how to make the adjustment himself on the mound when things are going as they are for Anderson right now.
Yeah, I think Birdie be a good guy to ask that about, and the fact that, you go through the 1st inning like that, and I thought he was pretty efficient in the 1st inning. Got a strikeout, Turner to fly out. Did walk Soto, but he's being careful, and then you got a first pitch pop-up. And now this inning right now, 2 walks that really weren't that competitive.
You're right on, guys, and it's not just making the adjustment, but it's how quick can you make the adjustment. Do you need 2 hitters to make that adjustment, or can you make it after a mistake, pitch by pitch?
Well, let's find out after Rick Kranitz had a, shall we say, pointed mound meeting with Ian Anderson. 2 on, nobody out. He's missing glove side badly. 1 ball, no strikes.
And Chip, the way you practice that is, let's say you're throwing a changeup in the bullpen and you throw 10 changeups in a row. It's easy to make adjustments, but you need to throw your slider, curve, then change, then fastball, then change, then slider, curve, change. And that's how you pitch in the game, and you practice those adjustments pitch by pitch.
That one shaved off a corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Ian Anderson learning on the fly when the games start to matter most. We have 15 days left in the 2020 regular season. The Braves 2.5 games up in the division. Head to Baltimore after tomorrow's game. 1-1 count. Downstairs, ball 2. Michael Taylor's on deck. He's the 8th place hitter. First 2 starts, Anderson was all around the strike zone. Pitched all 4 quadrants, changed speeds. 17 balls, 10 strikes now, 27 pitches. There's the equalizer for him, 2-2. Well, how nice is that to have a go-to pitch when you're behind in the count and struggling?
Well, and after, you know, he tried to do that to Thames, missed twice low to walk him. So to be able to come back, like you said, on a 2-1 pitch, make a big pitch now, get yourself an out here.
See if he doubles up with that good change. The pitch is 95 and popped up into center. And Ronald Acuna Jr. gallops over, makes the play. That'll help the double play in order now as Michael Taylor's coming up. Taylor 4 homers, 13 knocked in, a .217 average. Taylor came on in the 8th inning last night, had the game-winning hit. So he was 1 for 3. Thames, a big man, is getting a good lead at second. The pitch way high, might have been a cross-up. Nope, didn't appear to be. Just a
curveball that he just never followed through on.
Guys, I want to make another comment too. There's something about being a big leaguer to being able to survive and compete and pitch without your best stuff, or when you're a little off, or maybe when your best off-speed pitch isn't working. So this is a good test for Anderson, not just to figure it out, but say you don't have a pitch that's going to work the whole game. Can you survive?
Well, if he keeps throwing that changeup like that, I think he's going to survive just fine, despite a high pitch count. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah,
I agree.
And Birdie, is that something, because we've seen now to Taylor a curveball and 2 changeups where maybe Ian's not feeling necessarily confident on his fastball yet? Not saying he won't get back to it, but is that something you could look for?
Yeah, that's true. And then you have to continue. I learned this from Buddy Black. You have to continue to throw all of your pitches because you never know when one's going to show up. If you don't have a pitch that's working, that doesn't mean you go to it 3-2, but you pick your spots on working on that pitch, and you never know. Each inning's different, and if it shows up late, then it can help you tremendously.
Taylor got a fastball at 95 right down the middle and fouled it off.
Well, and that's the good thing. You throw 3 off-speed pitches and you're able to throw a fastball in the zone. It's that much more effective because that thing probably just looked about 100 to Taylor. Now you can either do that again or probably come back with that changeup if you want.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Another fastball. Saw Tyler Flowers nod his head. He liked where that pitch was. See if that sets up the finishing pitch here. Back-to-back walks to Thames and Gomes start the second. Garcia popped out to shallow center.
I think that's the thing too that's impressive with watching Ian a little bit is that, you know, we watch enough guys pitch for the Braves. I think, you know, feel like you got a good idea of what they're going to throw sometimes or when. Ian really, like I said, with that changeup fastball, kind of will throw it at any point. Doesn't get in a, you know, doesn't fall into a rhythm where you know what's coming. He's done a good job of mixing it up.
Let's see if the runners move on a 3-2. They don't. And Taylor hits it high in the air to center again, right in the center of that DC heart. Easy play, Acuna. Nice comeback. After 2 walks, 2 pop outs to center, and Anderson's 1 out away from preserving the lead.
Yeah, and here's his arsenal in 2020 so far. So you see that 4-seamer about 40%, changeup at 33%, and mixes in that curveball. But the reason I like that is to me, as I said, I go up there as a hitter and I'm facing him. That 4-seamer changeup, it is tough to you know, tell the difference coming right out of his hand. It comes right over the top. I think remember the first outing, Paul showed, you know, where he throws the ball kind of over the top. So it's tough to sit on something as a hitter. And you saw right there, even at 3-2, Taylor was late on the fastball because he's got to respect that changeup too.
So Yadiel Hernandez making his big league debut as a starter at the ripe old age of 32 years, 337 days. He is the oldest rookie to start a game in Nationals history. This man, though, had big numbers in the minor leagues. He led the National system in homers with 33, RBIs with 90, slugged .604. He hit .323, had a 1,000 OPS, and scored 87 runs with their AAA club.
Well, you can see, not a very big guy, but look, he's thick. See his arms. You saw that hack he just took there. Looking to do damage.
Native of Cuba. Signed with Washington 4 years ago, and he hits with 2 on, 2 out in a 1-0 game. 1 ball, 1 strike. And fouled away. 1-2. If Anderson can pitch out of this, say job well done, young man, and turn it back over to the batsman. What a thrill for Yadiel Hernandez. His second big league game, his first big league start. As Anderson ready for his 40th pitch.
Now there's a curveball, so he's throwing 4 pitches, 3 fastballs and a curveball. He's got the other 2 this inning to fly out on the fastball. See if he goes back to it. Good changeup. That was a good mound visit by Rick Kranitz. Looks like he's calmed him down a little bit and gotten back in rhythm.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Well, the runners will be getting a head start now. Still see 42 pitches, 23 balls.
So Thames will take off from second, Gomes from first. And you've got to worry about Brock Holt if the inning continues. The pitch is a changeup, waved at and missed. And Anderson had a long inning, but he got out of a giant mess. Freddie Freeman leads off for Atlanta. It's 1-0. Big Bo moment. And look at young Freddie Freeman. Check him out.
Hasn't aged today.
It is Freddie Freeman's birthday today. In what has been a remarkable 2020 season, there's his beautiful son, Charlie. Perennial All-Star for the Braves, MVP candidate, who, yes, looks like
Buzz. I think we decided we'll go with
Yeah.
Buzz from Home Alone.
on the right, don't you think? I mean, there's a little bit of Biff in there, but more Buzz. Same hairdo.
Gonna get another text from him
Yep,
later.
it's coming. So, Freddie, happy birthday.
Yep.
Let's celebrate with a win. And the birthday boy will lead off for Atlanta here in the top of the third inning. Braves lead 1-0. Acuna scored on an Ozuna first inning hit. Nice long rest for Patrick Corbin, who missed that one off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. You don't see Freddie struggle against an awful lot of left-handed pitchers. But this is one guy, for whatever reason, that has been kryptonite for the Braves first baseman. Freddie's now 5 for 30 in his career against Corbin and has struck out 12 times. 2-0 pitch.
I feel like the one thing watching Corbin face Freddie, the times that I've seen it, he does a good job, Chip, of starting that slider off the plate and then just expanding a little bit, which is tough to do on Freddie, but he's able to do it. And then you see
He's good enough to do that too.
Yeah, and just keep you honest then.
So it's 2-2. Corbin about to make his 44th pitch. And Freddie shoots that the other way, foul. That would have been a hit. And we'll do it again. Freddie's reached base in 27 consecutive games and has knocked in 31 runs in those 27 games. Remarkable. Again, the 4th leading hitter in the league. Pitch. Full count. And how does he get on base? Well, not just with base hits, but he takes his walks too. Freeman, 33 bases on balls this year. Payoff pitch is caught on and missed. Corbin has struck out 4 batters, 2 in a row, and that's how the top of the third starts. And Marcell Ozuna's the batter. He's bringing the lumber, presented by Yellowwood.
Yeah, and he's leading MLB in hits this month with 21 after that last one. Leads in slugging percentage and hit safely in all but 1 game this month. As I've said, definitely probably going to be one of the best signs in all of baseball this offseason, past offseason.
Popped up, but headed for the seats, foul. We look at the stats in this short 60-game season, and look, there's 42 of them in the RBI column for Ozuna. If you carry that out over a 162-game schedule, our stat man Matt Grilly tells us that would be a pace for 148 RBIs. I think you'd take that, wouldn't you?
That's like the mid-90s type of numbers. Right. And I think more than anything is the Braves offense in 18, you saw it really getting good. The last 2 years, they've been one of the best in baseball. You look, they've had a guy hitting behind Freddie.
This one mashed toward left center field. Back to the track is Taylor. He's got it. And Corbin with a deep sigh of relief. Ozuna just missed, and that's the second out.
They've had a guy hit behind Freddie and Donaldson last year, now Ozuna this year. That forces them to give Freddie more fastballs and pitches. But not only that, if Freddie takes his bases, he's got a guy coming behind him that's putting up numbers.
And so the question will be for Alex Anthopoulos and for Ozuna for that matter, can they come to terms on a mutually agreeable deal?
Oh, the Eephus pitch.
D'Arnaud wasn't expecting
64, yeah. Look, I hope they do. I think we all want to see Ozuna back. But with that being said, if it does get to the point where you can't have it, I think it's another opportunity where a guy looking for a bounce back year that's had big numbers, you can say, hey.
That's hammered toward left and down in front of Brock Holt. So D'Arnaud's 2 for 2. So he is hopping and happy at the first base bag. 4 Atlanta hits. And the inning continues for Dansby.
I don't think it's tough to sell someone on, hey, you want to come hit behind Ronald Acuna and Freddie Freeman?
Well, and the other part of it, too, was let's remember when the Braves signed Josh Donaldson, one of the questions was, like Ozuna, Josh Donaldson has a, shall we say, very unique personality. How does he fit in the room? How does he get along with his teammates? We're not privy to that because we can't be around the players this year. but it's safe to say that Josh Donaldson was a perfect fit, and my sense is that Ozuna is too. You agree?
Yeah, look, I think a lot of those guys that come in, there's different locker rooms that, I've played in places where it's definitely different. You have some places you like being, when you have Freddie and Nick and the guys that this team has here in Atlanta, and Snit as a manager in this coaching staff, I think it's easy for those guys to come and feel comfortable. And they're great at, hey, show up and play. There's not many rules here. And it's a great place to play.
And when you win, everybody's in a happy mood, right? Inside corner, good pitch from Corbin. Dansby thought it was a little tight. No balls, 2 strikes. Third inning, game 3, Braves and Nationals. Atlanta and Washington have split the first 8 games of the head-to-head series. Why? Because of offense. Atlanta's averaging 7 runs a game against the Nats. They're allowing 6.5. 0-2 in the dirt. Dansby stung the ball in the first inning, hit it to right field, tries that again and fouls it away.
Yeah, Dansby moving to that 5 hole, but he's also hit leadoff second. Doesn't really matter. He's reached base 19 of his last 32 appearances.
Great year for the Braves shortstop. Certainly at the plate. And let's not forget defensively either. He's made just 1 error,
which is incredible in 40-something games.
And this is his 46th. He's played in them all. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Good eye, 2-2.
And I like to say you can hide a guy every once in a while, like in the outfield or something. Not at shortstop. You're getting a lot of action every night.
Braves pushing up Corbin's pitch count again. 106 tosses against the Braves last time out. This one on the ground to third, and the short throw to second will retire d'Arnaud, who came up just a little bit short. 1-0 Atlanta, home third.
Come back, Nationals Park, and how about the 3-2? Yadiel Hernandez comes up empty with guys on second and first with that changeup. I want you to see the arsenal that Ian Anderson throws at the hitters. Look at that, 10 strikeouts on the changeup out of 18 total. He's got the 4-seam, he's got the curveball. The changeup is not an easy pitch to throw. You hold it like this, there's different variations, but the bottom line is you don't hold it on these 2 fingers. So in the middle of the game, when you have to change and throw a pitch like this and pull down and sell it with the exact same arm action and put it on the corners, it's not easy to do, and many people it takes into their 30s, and some, and I love you, John, but John Smoltz could never throw one. So Ian Anderson at 22 years old is featuring that pitch, and we see him go to it time and time again when he's in trouble. This guy is a very mature pitcher. Chip.
Good report, Bertie, as he makes his second trek through the Nationals lineup here in the 3rd inning after a 29-pitch second.
I like it too. Calling out Smoltzy that way, Bertie.
Well, you know.
Anytime you can do that, that's a good thing.
He's in the Hall of Fame, so I don't really feel bad.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Yeah, wear it.
John's got an interesting night ahead tonight. The Dodgers are hosting the Astros at Dodger Stadium. John will have that call later on tonight. Line drive, and Freddie Freeman handles a 1-hopper, and Anderson to the bag for out number 1. Outside Dodger Stadium, throngs of Dodger faithful came out with bullhorns and trash cans and signs and were banging away as the Astros made their way to Vin Scully Avenue.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Good play by Freddie, and good job by Ian getting over to first base. And even with some of that, control problems in the 2nd inning where he threw 29 pitches, I still love how he's mixing it up. 25 fastballs, 14 change, and 4 curves. So not falling into a pattern.
Trey Turner, a 9-game hitting streak, bounced out his first time up. smoke towards center. Acuna on the run to the track. He makes the catch. And that's the second out. Don't know about you, but Ronald's looking a lot more comfortable and fluid in center field. I'm guessing, Jeff, because of more reps.
I think more reps, and I think watching him a little bit too, seeing the overhead cam, I think he's playing a little bit deeper, which I think is, for him, is good. He's so athletic. For him to come in is easy. But you see here, he's able to kind of, even though he got turned around, get back, and he's all the way to the wall already on a hard line drive. So I like that. I think Turner, I don't think the ball's flying there tonight. Great. That ball Marcel hit, hung up. I think Turner thought he hit that a little better than where it went.
They must be using the 1987 baseballs tonight as Soto digs in and takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Put him in the humidor.
Yeah. You know, I don't know why every ballpark doesn't have one, to be honest with you, the way the ball's traveling.
Oh, for the baseballs?
Yeah. That too, exactly. Soto walked and was stranded in the first. 8 straight games with a base on balls for the Nats DH and outfielder. Soto is their version of Ronald Acuna Jr. And there will be a lot of ink written in the next decade or so as to who is or will be the better player. Needless to say, both organizations are thrilled with each of them. And Anderson, with a great recovery, has an easy 1-2-3 third. He needed that. Just 52 pitches for him now as we go to the 4th inning. To the 2021 All-Star Week events is by becoming an A-List member, and A-List memberships are on sale now. Text A-List to 78030 to get more membership information. Nice rebound for Ian Anderson. 9-pitch 3rd inning, Jeff, after a 29-pitch 2nd. He holds the lead.
Went through the heart of the order, too. At Turner and Soto.
First pitch popped up by Riley right behind the plate. And Gomes will make the play, and Riley is 0 for 2.
Well, Austin's going to want that pitch back. He got a hanger and skied it.
Adam Duvall popped out his first time up. It was to Garcia, the second baseman, who was playing on the third base side of the second base bag. So Adam is 0 for 1 and 1 for 10 in this series. Three balls and a strike. Corbin has yet to walk a hitter. He has scattered 4 hits. Trey Turner made an error behind him. And Duvall in the driver's seat now with 1 out and nobody aboard. Here it comes. Driven toward right. That's well hit. That is over the head of Hernandez, who plays it cleanly off the wall. Duvall on his way to second and slides in with a double. Adam tried to get to the bag with his right foot. It skimmed over the top, and he had to hang on for dear life with the left. Not the prettiest slide, and he's hearing it from his Braves dugout mates.
We talked about first at bat what a good job Adam's done of going the other way, Chip. There's a perfect example. And as you said, not the most graceful slide.
That's a big run to get with the bottom of the order up. Flowers, the 8th place man, is up. He took strike 3 his first time. Curveball got him.
Yeah, locked him up on a 3-2 curve.
Fastball missed inside. Ball one to the Braves catcher. Kyle Wright and Max Scherzer hook up tomorrow afternoon at 12:35. Final game of the series. There's another curve, even count. Always a treat to watch Max Scherzer work, one of the game's greats. And Kyle Wright, who had a real good fastball in his last outing, showed some incremental improvements. Will go toe-to-toe with the Nationals ace right-hander. 1-1 pitch.
I think that'll be the big thing for Kyle Wright tomorrow. The fastball two-seamer was good for him. Got to find a way to keep that slider down. Keep it down in the zone. If he does that, I think he's got a chance to have a good outing.
And hopefully the Braves will get some pitches to hit for Max Scherzer, who has 69 strikeouts in 50 1/3 innings.
Pretty much on pace for his usual year.
A ball and 2 strikes for Flowers. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He's gotten him twice. And Ozzie Albies the batter with Duvall at second. Ozzie is batting ninth. He's not the leadoff hitter, but he is our leadoff feature, presented by Truist.
Yeah, 6 hits in 3 games since his return. 391 last 11 versus Washington, but more importantly, seeing him hit the first at bat from the right side seems no pain. Seems like his swing was at full bore, so a good sign.
Ozzie swung at the first pitch in his first trip in the second inning. Trey Turner boxed his ground ball and committed his 6th error. Went after the first one again. This one pulled foul, strike one.
I still think back to after the end of 18, that second half, he struggled bad left-handed on the left-hand side of the plate. You see, he broke his bat. And remember, there was talk that offseason something about Ozzie hitting just right-handed. See the numbers last year. He hit, I know, in the mid-300s against left-handed pitching. But boy, he really worked hard and made a bunch of adjustments, turned himself in one of the best second basemen in all of baseball.
Walt Weiss and Brian Snitker, the Braves brain trust, looking on with a 1-0 lead. Didn't chase that off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got the Braves 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Let's see what Corbin does on his 70th pitch. And it's out of play, 1-2. Friday night in our nation's capital. Braves scored a first inning run to this point. Ian Anderson has made it stand up. Hard hit ball to right field, a base hit. Duvall chugging around third. He's going to score. And Ozzie Albies comes up with a big 2-out hit, and Atlanta extends the lead.
Well, one of my keys, Chip, get the ball up. This was a pitch up in the zone. And Ozzie just dumped it right to the right side. One hard hit, but tacks on another run for the Bravos.
Ozzie was 0 for 11 as a right-handed hitter before that opposite field single.
Which to me shows all year that his wrist has been bothering him, because he barely made an out from from the right side last year.
So that takes care of that. Atlanta has a little more breathing room. And now Acuna's up, snap throw back to first, and Thames a nice play to save an error. Well, nothing lifts your spirits more than 2-out hits. And Albies with his 9th RBI has his 4th hit of the season and series against the Nationals, and he'll need to do a little housekeeping as he dived back into the first base bag.
Yeah, 2-out RBIs. My old manager with the Mets, Jerry Manuel, used to say those are gold.
Gold.
That's where you get paid.
One ball, no strikes. Braves have stranded 4 runners so far. They've scored 2. And Acuna in a 1-1 count. The pitch. There's that slider. He can change speeds with that pitch, which I guess adds to his deception, Jeff.
Yeah, he definitely can. He's got 2 or 3 of them. He's gotten Flo to swing at a couple. Got Acuna last time on it, on a check swing. And this offense just makes pitchers work. I mean, here we are again in the top of the 4th. Only 2 runs, 6 hits, but Ronald's up for the 3rd time already.
Yeah, and Corbin hasn't walked anyone.
No.
But it's been deep count after deep count. Big lead. And the pitch. Ronald was rung up on a check swing back in the 2nd. He didn't pull the trigger there, and you see the workload for Corbin by inning. He's on a similar pace as what he faced in Atlanta. Big improvement for him. Again, walked 4 here at Truist Park. No walks tonight. But still trailing 2-0. And the pitch. Honestly, he'll be running now.
As you said, no quick outs really. Austin had that first pitch pop up. Besides that, we've seen a lot of 2-2, 3-2 counts.
Does have 5 strikeouts, which in and of themselves are deep counts.
But again, with that pin down there a little bit beat up, all of a sudden you start thinking, all right, 5th, 6th inning, we're going to be able to get to that pin.
There goes Ozzie. The pitch is strike 3 inside corner. Corbin froze Acuna, and that ends the Atlanta rally. Another run on 2 hits. 2-0 Braves. We're in the 4th.
Bottom of the 4th at Nationals Park. Well, tonight we close out our 5th annual Community Heroes Week, where Fox Sports South and the Atlanta Braves are celebrating 5 inspiring heroes who have made a significant impact in their community. Tonight we are honoring Deborah Walker Little of Interfaith Outreach Home. She is the executive director. She is, what I am told, the backbone of the program, and it doesn't happen without her. So Deborah, very well done. She takes homeless people, she brings them off the street, she tries to get them affordable housing, she educates them, she tries to teach them life skills with others, a very, very important aspect of working with the homeless. So to honor her, we had to ambush her, of course, with Nick Green, Tom Glavine, and a special appearance by Dansby.
We're here to announce that the Braves of Fox Sports South have come together and announced you and selected you as the 2020 Atlanta Braves Community Hero. On behalf of the Braves Foundation and Fox Sports South, we're going to donate $5,000 to Interfaith Outreach.
The most important thing is helping a person feel relevant. Families come to IOH homeless, they leave homeowners. Who's ever heard of that? And so that is my motivation, is to help anybody who wants to be all they can be.
Again, guys, they provide safe, affordable housing, and the real goal in this is commitment to permanent self-sufficiency, something that is very, very important, and we just cannot be excited enough about the community heroes that are not on a baseball field and don't always get their chance to be recognized in the community. And it's really great that the Atlanta Braves and Fox Sports South want to call these people out and make a donation and help them. Really, really special. Chip.
Yeah, Bertie, that's a wonderful story. And I just love Deborah's reaction when she was honored.
Yeah.
I know that money will be put to great use by her and her organization. And you can see Deborah's full story and her surprise, along with all the hero stories from this week, on Twitter at Fox Sports Braves. And if you know someone who should be nominated for next year's Community Heroes Week, visit braves.com/community heroes.
Yeah, another great week of community heroes this year. Usually we love to be on site, be able to do things, not so much this year, but still very important to honor the people that truly are impacting the community. So congrats to all of them.
And to Deborah Walker Little, the executive director of the Interfaith Outreach Home, tonight. Eric Thames is the batter. He's in the batter's box with Cabrera at first. Cabrera, veteran hitter, smart man, saw the Braves had a shift, knew a powerful hitter was behind him, just laid down a bunt, and that brings the tying run to the plate in the Nationals' 4th inning. Ian Anderson had a 9-pitch 3rd inning. He's thrown 5 pitches so far here in the 4th. He leads 2-0. After back-to-back walks in the 2nd, Ian had retired 6 in a row before Cabrera's bunt. That's the first hit of the game for the Nationals. Three-two. Strike 3, outside corner, perfectly placed. Anderson has his 3rd strikeout.
Yeah, good pitch there after Cabrera drops the bunt down. Paints him away at 93. And that's where that changeup comes into play, Chip, because when you get caught looking a lot of times like that, you know that he has a couple other pitches that he can throw for strikes at any time.
Sounds like they're a bunch of Astros fans in the ballpark. Hear that knocking in the background? Just kidding. As Gomes bats, he walked his first time up. 59 pitches for Ian Anderson, who had a shaky 2nd, but pitched into and out trouble. This young man is making his 4th major league start. He's 2-0. His ERA now is below 2 in his very brief career. 1 ball, no strikes. And Gomes pops it up. Straightaway center, the old can of corn, as Acuna acts like he can't find it. Tried to fake out Cabrera, who had none of that. Ronald, we're not there. Please, dear Lord, don't fake out your announcers too. 2 outs. And Garcia's coming up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 putouts for Ronald in center. Does that tell you anything about what Anderson's doing or not doing on the mound?
Well, I think that's just another good, we've seen the fastball where he's been able to get guys late on it, with that changeup, and they're just, hitting lazy fly balls. The one guy that probably squared him up the best was Trey Turner, who drove it out to right center all the way to the wall. But then again, he's squaring up everybody right now. So,
yeah. Well, look, if you pitch to the biggest part of the park, chances are you're going to come out on top.
Yeah.
Garcia popped out his first time, so he's 0 for 1. 4th inning. Braves lead 2-0. Single run in the 1st, single run in the 4th for Atlanta. And the pitch is outside. 1-1. Another area where the Braves, I think, are very fortunate. They have 2 veteran catchers who can guide young starters through rough patches in games. Tyler Flowers has done a good job of that with Anderson after Rick Kranitz's meeting in the 2nd with 2 on, nobody out. This kid's gotten to strike 1, strike 2 with almost every hitter.
Yeah, he had about a 12 pitch sequence there where he could not find the zone. But as you said, after those 2 walks, Kranitz came out there, and since then, he's retired 8 of the last 9. The only blemish there was a bunt single by Cabrera.
Who's still at first with 2 outs now, a ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3, a changeup. And Garcia rung up. 4 strikeouts for Ian Anderson, 2 of them in the 4th inning, and the Braves go back to work. Top of the 5th inning, time for a little insurance. The Braves lead 2-0. Ian Anderson has a 1-hitter working. After 4 frames, Patrick Corbin has surrendered 2 runs on 6 hits. And he's got a tough inning ahead. Freeman, Ozuna, and Travis d'Arnaud will be the first 3 hitters. And that's over the outside corner for the Braves first baseman. There's a line drive into center. That'll make a happy birthday for Freddie Freeman. So he's 1 for 3. And a good start to the Atlanta 5th.
Well, see, I mean, look, you talk about Corbin being tough on him, painting him away. This one's a tough pitch. Freddie was able to get enough on this, but that's kind of what he's done to him.
One-handed.
Yeah. He'll take it too. Trust me. He knows what he is against Corbin.
That was a Kelly Crow-like backhand volley. Off the bat of Freddie Freeman.
Right on the line.
Yes. As Ozuna with an RBI and 2 tries. Goes to work again against Patrick. 1 ball, no strikes. Braves dynamic duo of Freddie Freeman and Marcell Ozuna are trying to do something that hasn't been done in a long time. They are 1-2 in RBIs in the National League coming into play today. The last Atlanta hitters to finish first or second in the league in RBIs was 1960 when Hank Aaron and Eddie Matthews turned the trick in Milwaukee.
Good combo.
Ozuna could leapfrog past with a home run right here. 1-1 pitch. Instead, it's a ground ball to short. That should be 2. And Corbin gets 2 for the price of 1. D'Arnaud's up with 2 outs and a 2-for-2 game.
Well, that was a huge pitch for Corbin, Chip. At 80 pitches, this gives him the ability, if he can get out of this inning, to go back out there at least into the 6th, and if not longer, because as we said, Dave Martinez needs some length out of his horse tonight. Really, the next 2 days, when you got Corbin and Scherzer, you're really, as a manager, I'm guessing, hoping that pen can have a couple days to kind of get back,
restore some order.
Yep.
So after Freddie Freeman's 17th hit on his birthday, which is tied with Joey Votto for second most, Miguel Cabrera has 23 birthday hits. As d'Arnaud scorches this towards center. Long run Taylor, but he slows and the ball dies at the edge of the warning track. Different ballpark playing in D.C. tonight, and Corbin thankful for that. Where the Braves lead 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th.
And now, a quick message from Zaxby's.
The Sensation Salad is back for a limited time only at Zaxby's. Try it with fried pickles while supplies last.
Ian Anderson rolling merrily along for Atlanta. He's got the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for Washington. And pitch number 66 is cut on and missed by Michael Taylor, who flied out to center in his lone at bat. The only hit for Washington was a bunt. One ball, 1 strike. Good hook. Throws Michael A. Taylor 1-2. You saw him say, good pitch. It was.
Yeah. Haven't seen too many curves tonight. That was just his 9th curveball, but probably the best one he's thrown yet.
So his 69th delivery is a changeup, swing and a miss. And Michael Taylor is strikeout victim number 5. 3 of the last 4 outs for Anderson have been on strikeouts, 2 of them looking, 1 of them swinging.
I'll tell you, ever since that 2nd inning, he has looked really good. He's hitting corners, hitting spots, and the good news, Chip, is that changeup is down.
Well, the biggest changeup he threw was the one he threw to this man in his first at bat. 2 on, 2 out, and Yadiel Hernandez swung right through it. Big hook in for a strike. It's 0-1. I've never been to Cuba. I'd love to go. I'd love to go see a baseball game there. They are so passionate about the sport. And
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost to Cuba in the championship, the U.S. Junior Nationals, when I was 17. It was pretty intense. We lost 2-1. Remember Kendry Morales hit a 2-run homer.
Is that right?
Scott Kazmir, yeah. Fidel Castro was first row right behind thing.
I'm sure that was an eye-opening experience for a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah, a guy like me running around down there.
Oh, boy. Fly ball foul out of play. Fidel Castro was actually drafted. Did you know that?
I did not.
He was. He was drafted and scouted by the, believe it or not, the Reds.
It was a great place. So they love their baseball.
Oh, boy.
They were obsessed.
I mentioned the name Louis Tiant earlier. There's a great documentary
of him going back home.
For the first time.
Awesome.
And politics aside, did he go? He did not. Obviously, the sadness over what the Cuban people have had to endure is one thing, but their love of baseball and their ability to talk about modern players with Louis Tiant and remember everything he did.
Yep.
I mean, they are so incredibly passionate about our sport. Strike three, a big hook. Back-to-back strikeouts. Actually, it's 3 in a row for Anderson. 2 outs and back to the top of the order. I'd love to see a game in Cuba, and I'd love to go to a Caribbean League World Series game.
Yeah. What another great hook here. 3 out of the last 4 strikeouts. 4 out of the last 5. 3 of them looking. Got Thames on the changeup looking. Got Garcia with the fastball, and then there with Hernandez.
That was one of your keys, was it not? He can't just rely on 1 or 2 pitches against this Nationals team.
No,
after the shaky second.
Yeah, they're good. And look, I think the good thing is you saw he's sprinkling enough curveballs in to keep him honest on it, but really relying heavy on that fastball changeup combo.
So the Nats know they've got a fight on their hands now as Brock Holt bounces one and fouled at first. It's an even count. Only thing I'm not sure about with the Caribbean League games, not sure if I could handle the vuvuzelas. The crazy horns that were blowing all the time.
Well, you remember when the Braves used to go down to Puerto Rico and play. I did that with the Mets in 10. That
was
an
fun too.
Down there, yeah.
It was great. Hiram Bidhorn Stadium.
Yep.
Hiram Bidhorn was a pitcher, the first Puerto Rican to play in the major leagues. He was a pitcher with the Cubs. And Holt rolls this one. It'll stay fair this time. And Anderson is rolling, folks. After a shaky second, he has given up 1 total hit, and he leads 2-0 after 5. Two 2-0 Atlanta. We are through 5 in Washington. Dansby Swanson will lead off. Jeffrey, he is our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot feature.
Yeah, 12 runs scored, is tied for 3rd, the most in MLB, behind Acuna and Duvall, and tied with Conforto. So good work.
Atlanta has out-hit the Nationals 7-1 tonight. Ian Anderson is through 5. He's qualified for the win. Atlanta has a ways to go, though, against Patrick Corbin, leading by 2. Ground ball to 3rd. Nice pickup, Cabrera. And the throw right on the money, 4-out number 1. I really love watching Asdrubal Cabrera play. Pro's pro.
Yeah, he's good. That's why you saw him get picked up last year for the stretch run for the Nats. And both these pitchers now getting in a little bit of a groove here. Let's talk about on-base percentage for the Braves this month. Freeman at .509, Ozuna .500, and Dansby .463.
They have been very busy on the base paths. Riley hopes to be that way. He's 0 for 2, however, tonight. And Corbin delivers a strike to the Braves' 3rd baseman. Riley struck out, popped out. There's 1 for 12 in the series. Corbin turned that ball over, 0-2.
This is where he gets tough. Away, Chip, and now a lot of times he'll come that back foot slider on you.
Big improvements for Riley, Jeff, on hitting breaking pitches, which was a big problem for him in the second half last year.
And that was. And then this year we felt like he was late on the fastball, worried about that. But now he's hitting on all cylinders, hitting every pitch.
And here comes number 90 from Corbin. And it's smoked into center field, a base hit. So Austin Riley has his second hit of the series. Another one-out single for Atlanta. The Braves have 8 hits, 7 of them singles tonight. That, I think, is a really good sign for this offense, which has been getting a ton of home runs, but maybe a little over-dependent on them of late.
Yeah, and at the same time, you look at a guy like Corbin with that back foot slider, it's tough to get real aggressive with him. It's tough to take the big swing because that's kind of what he wants to. So instead, you've seen the Braves take their hits the other way. They've stolen a couple bags and got timely hits.
Duvall a double, scored the second Atlanta run on an Ozzie Albies base hit. So pick your poison if you're choosing your player of the week candidates for the Braves. You've got 4 or 5 of them, and they're playing every day. 1 ball, no strikes. I want to compliment you, Jeff. You're looking resplendent on this Saturday night. Got your orange tie on.
Might be a football game on later.
Oh, that's right. One ball, one strike. 2-0 Braves at Nationals Park. Here it is. And Adam pops it up. Shallow right. Hernandez coming on, still chugging. He gets there, makes the play. And that is out number 2.
Adam got a good pitch there. I think Corbin just beat him to the spot on the inside part.
Well, there were a lot of suitors for the services of Patrick Corbin. I think the Braves expressed a lot of interest in him as well, and understandably so. But he got a nice deal with the Nationals. Some of that money deferred for him in D.C. Now in the second season, albeit a shortened one for Washington. And he has not won a game since August 10th. He's trailing tonight 2-0 to rookie Ian Anderson.
And the one guy's really had trouble with tonight, seeing that slider's Tyler. Threw him a whole bunch of them the first at bat to strike him out, second at bat, and then threw that fastball and got him looking.
Ripped into left field. That's down for a hit. Holt will cut it off shy of the track. Riley on his way to third on a sharply hit ball from Braves catcher Tyler Flowers. And Atlanta threatening again with 2 outs with their 9th hit. And Ozzie Albies has reached twice. He's next.
Well, that's one way, Chip, to not worry about the slider. Don't miss the fastball if you do get it, and Tyler didn't there. Inner half of the plate. See him pull his hands in. A beautiful line drive to left field. Give a chance for Ozzie to tack on another one here. Had an RBI single in the 4th.
And bounced a ball to Trey Turner that was ruled an error, so he's 1 for 2. Another shot, this one to Turner on a one-hopper, and the throw to second will retire the side. Braves get 2 hits, Strand 2, and we head to the home 6th.
About our Zaxby's indescribably good play that belongs to Ian Anderson. You see it right there, only 1 hit, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. This for me is his best outing of the season so far. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I do know that he really struggled early on with his change, his control, his fastball, the walks. But you know what? He found it, and he made pitches when he had to. The sign of somebody that's a great competitor, that you won't give in. Thus the expression, if you want to get to a good pitcher, you got to get to him early, guys.
2 walks leading off the second birdie for Anderson. He needed 29 pitches and a meeting with his pitching coach to get out of the frame, and after that he's been on a roll. Washington only had 4 base runners and 1 hit.
Yeah, since those 2 walks, retired 12 out of the last 13, and as you said, the only hit was the bunt single by Cabrera.
So a very manageable pitch count, but a tough hombre leading off, Trey Turner, who grounded out to third and hit a screaming line drive to center that Acuna caught.
Well, and you want to know one way to keep the Nats to 0. Get Turner 0 for 2 and Soto 0 for 1.
I'd like 0 for 3 and 0 for 2 if that's not too much to ask. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It would definitely help.
Line to right and a little late. He's still got plenty of zip on his fastball, 94, 95, but it has late life, it appears, Jeff.
Oh yeah, he's still bringing it. 82 pitches, has been very efficient since that second inning.
Here comes the 2-2. Close call. Full count. Well, make him put it in play. Got Soto next. Then Cabrera. Ground ball to third. Riley's got it. And a toss across in time. Turner is 0 for 3. So, Kelly, we talked about the hope that Ian Anderson would put that rough start against the Marlins behind him. It's apparent he put in some work in his bullpen sessions in preparation for his 4th start tonight.
Yeah, and I think one of the most interesting things Anderson said following his last outing was that after that error where he airmailed it to first, he said he really just couldn't calm himself back down. The game really sped up on him at that point, and it was kind of the first big moment of adversity he has faced up here. But tonight, where he didn't have his stuff, we just heard Birdie talk about that, he was able to fight through this moment. And I think for him, he'll walk away from this one feeling like he made huge strides after that last outing.
Yeah, I totally agree, Kelly. I think when you look at that second inning when he walked 2 guys, kind of a little bit of what he went through last time. All of a sudden he was rolling, throws the ball away, and it's instead of kind of the game speeding up on you, Cranny came out there, talked to him, he slowed it down, and look, he's throwing just a great game sense.
That's something Chipper Jones talked a lot about. You know you've made it, or you're a big leaguer when you can slow the game down. And from a player's perspective, for fans listening at home, what exactly does that mean? Slow the game down.
Well, when you're in the box and you feel great and you're seeing the ball, look, you're not worried about that much. You're relaxed. You're just, getting in a good hitting rhythm, and you see it when you're struggling. You're jumpy. You're going out to get the ball, and the game speeds up, and next thing you know, you're 0-2-1-2. And I think same kind of thing the other day for Ian when he threw that ball away here at Truist Park. Next thing you know, it's just your mind starts going different places, and you lose your focus.
And I would guess from a pitching standpoint, you're trying to get to strike 2 before you get to strike 1.
Yeah, and as a hitter, look, you're one small piece. As a pitcher, though, and you lose your focus.
High hook, and Soto swung through it, 2-2. Base is empty for Anderson. 88 pitches. Juan Soto ready. Here it comes. And he threw it right by him. Another changeup. Boy, that has been such a fun pitch to watch. The Nationals right now are befuddled by it.
Well, and it's, we saw it versus the Yankees and Red Sox. That's kind of been his go-to pitch. Here, another great one, 3-2. You saw the pitch, the at-bat before. It's a Turner. The league-leading hitter in the NL threw the 3-2 changeup, got him out front. That's a pitch for your 4th start to be able to throw with that kind of confidence. That's impressive.
8 straight retired by Anderson. Here's the only man with a base hit. It was a bunt. And it came in the 4th inning to lead off the frame. And now Anderson drops a hook in for a strike to his Asdrubal Cabrera. Awful lot to be excited tonight about Ian Anderson's work. Giving the Braves innings, quality innings, and he shut down Washington to this point.
Hey guys, Kelly and I were on Zoom earlier listening to Ian Anderson yesterday, and we asked the biggest difference for him seeing that Nats lineup, and he said there's one name that really stands out to me, and that's Soto.
On the ground into the shift. Dansby's got it from the cut of the grass. 3 up, 3 down again. Anderson has thrown 90 pitches. He leads 2-0 with a 1-hit shutout, and look who's coming up to try to extend the lead. Home run target in left field is up here at Truist Park. You could win a $25,000 cash prize if a Braves player hits the target with a home run this year. Enter to win at braves.com/home-run-target. There are some guys that is within range.
I was thinking that's the biggest thing I missed this year is the 50-50 drawing that we always get in every night.
Yeah.
No more action here.
Well, there's always 20-21.
Yep.
Ronald Acuna Jr. leads off. He's 1 for 3. He's struck out twice after a first inning single. And he's the one Brave, Jeff, that's really had trouble getting Corbin to get the ball up to him.
That's a tough pitch.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you look like it's going to stay, and he does a great job of bearing it. And I think we both figured his slider was going to be a lot better this time out. Last time was maybe the worst I saw his slider when he faced us.
And look, he hasn't pitched bad. He's given up 2 runs to a Braves offense. It's averaging 7 runs a game against the Nationals and has scored 94 runs in 11 games this month. He's just run into Ian Anderson, who's throwing a 1-hitter. Pitch number 100 for Patrick Corbin is a little low. Ball 2. 2-2 the count. Took Corbin 106 pitches to get through 5 1/3, as we told you, his last time out against the Braves. He walked 4 men in that game. Hasn't walked anybody tonight. Atlanta's earned their 2 runs with 9 hits, 8 singles.
That was the pitch he got Ronald looking on in the 4th. Threw him a bunch of those back foot sliders and then tried to sneak that fastball. That time Ronald was ready.
Will Smith is up. And Darren O'Day was warming a little earlier. Anderson's at 90 pitches. And Acuna out on a high strike. That's 3 strikeouts for Ronald tonight. And there's the first out. So Acuna has the hat trick, but he scored the game's first run, so all's forgiven.
That's that high strike we've seen called a lot this year.
So bases are empty for Freddie Freeman, the birthday boy. He's 1 for 3. And he grounds one to first. Corbin to the bag. And that's the second out. Kyle McGowan, we've seen him warm up and pitch a lot in this series. If there's any trouble, we might see him here in the 7th. We invite you to stick around for the stretch. It's presented by Synovus. Nick Green and Jerome Jurinovich are standing by in our Atlanta studios with their thoughts on Game 3 to this point. As Ozuna digs in. I know BJ loves to talk about Yaya, the home runs. Got to get Nick Green to come up with a signature phrase when we have a great pitching performance like the one we're seeing from Ian Anderson. How about ta goodbye? He's thrown a lot of strikes and got a lot of strikeouts. 7 of them for Ian Anderson.
And Corbin looks like he's getting stronger as the game's going on right now. That slider's really starting to bite for him.
A little more drop to it.
But probably with that pitch count, you're looking at the last inning for him here.
0-2 for Marcel. The pitch bounced up there. He's wearing out home plate. Pitch 107 for Patrick. Here it is. Way outside, ball 2. Ken Corbin, personally, 4 consecutive losing decisions. His last victory August 10th. He's on the short end of this one tonight. And Ozuna chased one in the dirt, and Patrick Corbin has struck out his 7th man. And it sends us to the 7th inning stretch. 2-0 Atlanta. Jerome and Nick, take it away. 4th big league start, pitching kind of like he did in his first against the Yankees. He's only given up 1 hit, but no runs tonight. The 2020 season is now a sprint to the finish. Don't miss any of the action. Follow MLB on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for highlights and more. That's our view here at Truist Park. And there's the view at Nationals Park, where Anderson's back to work with Thames, Gomes, and Garcia leading 2-0. Braves bullpen working in case he has any trouble. And Snitker won't let Anderson have a chance to pick up an L in this one.
No, but I also think this is a good shot in the arm for him that he's being sent back out for the 7th inning with the Braves bullpen down there. It's giving him a chance to continue to do what he's been doing. That's carving up these hitters.
And he's changed his pattern. Remember in the 2nd inning, throwing lots of fastballs, couldn't throw it for strikes. Now they're waiting for the fastball and the changeup. He's dropping the hook in for strike 1 and 2. Great game plan, great execution to this point, and he got a swing and a miss with the changeup. 3 pitches, disposes of Eric Thames for the 2nd time. 8 strikeouts. Man, is it great relief to see a great pitched game from a Braves starter. We have been waiting for this for a while. There have not been many starts like this for Atlanta. Braves only have now 10 quality starts. And this one came at a perfect time for the Braves in Game 3 against the Nationals.
We saw that in Boston. The first 2-3 innings threw a lot of fastball changeups more, and then he started mixing in that hook more in the 4th, 5th, 6th inning.
So 8 strikeouts for Anderson matches his career high that came against the Red Sox. At Fenway Park, Yan Gomes has walked and popped out, so he's 0 for 1. That's the encouraging thing too, Jeff, as his pitch count mounts, and he's thrown some stressful pitches tonight. He's still got 94, 95 in the tank.
Yeah, easy too. You can tell he's not having to rear back to get anything, still fluid.
Anderson now with the 11th start for a Brave of 6 or more innings. No Brave starter has completed 7 innings this year. This is their 46th game. And he just got Gomes to swing and a miss at a breaking ball. A new career high in strikeouts. That's number 9.
And now a quick message from Delta.
Were it not for a 29 pitch 2nd inning, think of where Anderson's pitch count would be. He's at 99 with this one, and it's whacked into right field, and it's caught. Adam Duvall with a sliding catch, and Ian Anderson became the first Brave to complete 7 innings this year. He's got a 1-hit shutout.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist. By your local Ford dealer. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Bojangles. It's Bow time. By Delta Airlines. And by your local Toyota dealer.
Well, partner, sometimes it's not how you pitch, but when you pitch and against whom you pitch. That's the fate of Patrick Corbin, as Ian Anderson, in his 4th big league outing, has one-hit the world champions through 7 innings.
9 strikeouts too, 3 walks, all 3 of those in the first 2 innings.
So he gets the glad hand, a lot of pats on the back, as on September 12th, 2020, he became the first Brave starter to work 7 complete innings. Incredible. So Kyle McGowan is on for the Nationals with 4, 5, and 6 hitters up for the Braves. A little insurance wouldn't hurt. Both starters pitched a great game and gave their managers what they'd hoped to get.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of McGowan lately. Dave Martinez growing very confident in his reliever. 75-80% sliders. Yeah, Anderson finishing off him. 51 fastballs, 30 change, 18 curves. So great job mixing it up and throwing all 3 pitches.
1-2 for d'Arnaud, who had trouble with the slider last night, had some trouble with McGowan's here in the 8th inning, and strikes out for the first time. That is out number 1. Well, that's a tight, sharp, dropping slider. Pretty pitch. And Dansby Swanson's coming up. Tonight's A-list member of the game is Martin Reynoso of Brookhaven, Georgia, who's been a member since 2017. His favorite A-list member perk is using memory points to upgrade his seats and get closer to the action. Congrats to Martin Reynoso, tonight's A-list member of the game. How ironic is that? Memory points with Dansby Swanson in the batter's box. Dansby tried to get out of the way and couldn't, fouled off. And it's quickly 0-2. In the Nationals' 8th inning, they'll have Taylor, Hernandez, and Brock Holt coming up. Looks like Shane Green is warming up. This game set up perfectly for Brian Snitker and the Braves after 7 shutout, 1-hit innings from Ian Anderson.
Ooh. Got a good curveball to hit.
Nationals bullpen a little depleted after the long game last night. Also missing a big part of their bullpen, Sean Doolittle, who had an oblique problem flare up in the first game of the series. Don't know if he'll be back. If he is, we won't see him, as this is the final series head-to-head between the Braves and Nationals. Quickly 2 out. And Duvall, the batter, he has one of Atlanta's 9 hits, 8 singles for the Braves bats. And it's Austin Riley, I beg your pardon, who is our featured performer in the middle of this Braves offense. Our landmark, always the best deal feature. Not going to lose too often when you get almost 9 a game.
No, and you said it, the most through the first 11 games of September since the 0-2 Cleveland Broncos. So this offense has really been remarkable.
So 96th runs through 12 games this month for the Braves. As that one's in for a strike. I think it runs will be tough to come by for the Atlanta offense tomorrow. Max Scherzer at 12:35 first pitch. Kyle Wright for the Braves. Then we move on to face the Orioles. Who've been one of baseball's great surprises this year. Brandon Hyde's Orioles club and in the hunt for one of the final American League playoff positions. But they've run into an angry Yankees team and had dropped 3 in a row before the start of play tonight. One ball, 2 strikes. And Riley watches that one bounce up. Phillies lead the Marlins 6-3 tonight. Didi Gregorius hit a grand slam in that game early. Mets and Blue Jays are tied 1 apiece. And the Yankees in 10 beat Baltimore 2-1 today. That one off the end of the bat and hit toward left center. Taylor to his right is there. And McGowan with a very impressive 8th inning. 3 up, 3 down. The Braves go to their vaunted bullpen. Update 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's check out your T-Mobile ticket to the game. We have seen dominant pitching in Washington tonight. We saw some dominant pitching the last couple of games around the major leagues. How about Jacob deGrom doing it again, Jeff, for the New York Mets?
Well, him and Shane Bieber, probably your 2 front runners for the Cy Young. Darvish in Chicago's done a good job, but those 2 have been amazing. deGrom again. It just every year.
I saw a stat about Jacob deGrom, as you see Shane Green, who's our Synovus Greatness Made Here feature. Remarkable work for Shane. This is his 22nd game. He'll have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up. Jacob deGrom has given up 1 earned run or less in 47% of every start he has made in the major leagues.
It's been impressive.
Amazing indeed. As has been Shane.
Yeah, he's been lights out.
And this is Adam Eaton, who will come in and pinch hit for Michael Taylor, and that's how the bottom of the 8th starts.
Shane Green worked a 9th inning last night. Only a Soto walk. Other than that, he went 1, 2, 3.
That one almost got the elbow guard of Eaton. 2 balls, no strikes. Don't want a base runner here. You've got dangerous hitters coming up after Hernandez, and Hernandez, as we mentioned, hit 33 homers at AAA last year. The thing you like about Shane is that he's not allowed multiple runs in an inning in a year. He's got a 2-run lead to protect tonight. He made him throw a strike, and he did. Braves bullpen has worked a lot, as we know. The relief corps 203 2/3 innings. With Ian Anderson start tonight. The Braves rotation now 187 2/3. And trouble afoot now, 3 balls and a strike. He's back in the count, 3-2.
Yeah, this you definitely want to make Adam earn his way on here with Hernandez coming up 9th, and then you flip the order with Holt, Turner, and Soto.
That is golfed into right field, a leadoff hit for Eaton. So Davey Martinez pulled the right lineup switch out of his hat. That's the 2nd Nationals hit, and they'll bring the tying run to the plate. So hopefully the Braves bullpen won't spoil the magnificent effort of Ian Anderson, who became the 2nd pitcher in 120 years tonight to allow 1 hit or less in 2 starts of 6 innings or more in his first career appearances. That's a lot to chew on. The other man to do that was Marvin Freeman of the Phillies. Marvin was also a former Brave. So here's Hernandez. Get the ball on the ground, Shane. Use double play. Runner goes. Eaton is going to slide in safely with a stolen base.
We were surprised he went there.
Maybe that's why it worked.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, Eaton's been, as you said, kind of in and out of the lineup with a bad knee. Looked like it felt all right there for him.
So a runner in scoring position for Hernandez, making his debut as a starter. Boy, he's got a big uppercut swing, doesn't he? And he's behind 0-2. He has struck out twice in his first full major league game in the lineup. One's looking, one's swinging. The Braves have out hit him 9-2. Washington's committed the game's only error. 8 of Atlanta's 9 hits were singles in the first 7 innings. And now time call. More often than not, when you get more hits than your opponent, you win the game. But sometimes it's when you get those hits that matters the most. And the Braves are hoping no more hits come in the 8th. 0-2 pitch. And that's fouled away. Just didn't stick to Tyler Flowers behind the plate. Change up.
And Corbin scattered 9 hits, but only 1 double. So was able to kind of get himself in and out of trouble.
Nobody up in the Braves bullpen, as you'd expect. This is Shane Green's inning. This is where he's been so good, pitching the 8th and setting it up for Melanson. But you have Holt, Turner, and Soto lurking in this 8th inning as well. And the Braves have kept them down. 0-2 pitch. Didn't chase it. 1-2. Good try. Check of the runner. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He's got the hat trick. There's the first out of the bottom of the 8th inning. Now to the top of the order we go.
Great backdoor cutter by Shane. After Eaton stole that base, to come back, keep him there at second. Don't let him get over to third.
Now Will Smith has gotten up. He starts to play catch. That's in case Soto comes up. In the 8th inning, Brock Holt has had a quiet night, knock on wood. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. One ball, one strike. Well, that leadoff man on in a tight game really slows down the action, and for good reason. Every pitch is magnified so much.
Well, and you get the feeling for the Nats, they feel like this probably is going to be the inning that they, need to try to get something to go with Turner on deck, and then of course their big hitter in Soto.
Two on. Holt fouled it away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Shane's just not as sharp tonight.
Well, that front door pitch right there is not coming back for him. Saw him go on the 3-2 backdoor cutter. See if he does the same thing to Holt.
Big pitch. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Flowers will fire to first. Brock Holt asks if he tipped it. The answer was no. That'll be the second out. Brock Holt's arguing his case. He thought he tipped the ball. Now the umpires are going to converge and talk it over. Lance Barksdale, Chris Conroy, Larry Vanover, and David Rackley. And for Brock Holt, why not? Did he?
It didn't look like it to me.
Yeah, the tick he heard was it glancing off the end of Tyler Flowers' glove, and Brock Holt's going to go back and have to watch the video after the game. But he was wrong. He didn't touch that ball. So there's the second out. It's a big one. And now Trey Turner, the hitter.
Good changeup. He did a good job trying to play it off.
And then he asked, "Are you bleeping kidding me?" Nope, we're not kidding, Brock. And now Trey Turner. His 9-game hitting streak is on the line in this 8th inning at bat. Oh, and he fouls one off his foot. A Ronald Acuna special as Turner down to 2 knees in the right-hand batter's box. And that's a painful blow for Turner because speed is such a big part of his game. Let's see where it got him.
Trying to walk it off.
I've said it before, Jeff. I don't know how you guys come back from doing that. Off your shin bone, off the instep.
We're tough, Chip.
Yes, we are, Jeff. But it's really one of the remarkable things.
Yeah, it's not fun.
You can't practice it either. I mean,
No,
every
no,
hey,
you
come
don't
whack
want
me
to.
up, come beat me up on the ankle. See how that feels. 0-1 count. That one came back. Here's a perfect pitch. 0-2. So he's fouled one off his foot inside. Green went outside, got it to come back. Jeff, where does he go with 2 strikes?
Well, I really like that pitch he just threw. I like staying away from him. I don't love coming in.
That slider slud, as old Dizzy Dean would have said.
That was a good try. You went kind of the same spot you threw that backdoor 2-seamer and then try to have that one cut, but didn't get him to chase.
Don't fiddle around here. You've got Soto waiting on deck. Will Smith is getting ready for him if Trey Turner reaches. He was quickly behind 0-2. Now the count's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball, well hit right center. That ball is off the scoreboard. That's going to score Eaton. Trey Turner is going to stand at second with a 2-out double. It's now a 2-1 game, and we're lucky that stayed in the park.
He threw 2 away off the plate, then he tried to kind of go with the 3rd one, and that backed up on him a little bit. And look at the backspin that Trey hits down on the ball so well. You said the only good part about that chip, it didn't leave the park.
And fortunate too, Trey Turner might have only settled for a double with that sore foot. Flashback to August 17th. Will Smith came on to pitch, and Juan Soto, standing right near the tomahawk, was told by Will Smith and the home plate umpire to get back into the on-deck circle. Soto didn't like that very much. Neither did Will Smith. Soto then hit a home run and had one of the best bat flips of the year. So there is certainly some personal animosity between these two Eastern Division rivals.
Well,
and they meet again with the game on the line tonight.
And I said it the next night when we were talking. I said Will's going to have his chance at some point. Well, here it is.
Gaudy ERA for Will Smith. The problem that Will has had is the home run ball. That has been an alarming statistic for Smith. 10 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 6 home runs allowed. And with Soto up there and Trey Turner in his speed at second with 2 outs, they only need a hit to potentially tie the game, not even a home run. But a homer would turn it around for Washington. So Trey Turner extends his hitting streak to 10 games with a run scoring double. Juan Soto has walked, grounded out, and struck out.
Yeah, and you still can be careful here. You know, you got first base open. I know it's a lefty-lefty matchup.
And switch hitting is Drupal Cabrera on deck. The pitch. 94 right there, a strike. I don't think there's been much wrong with Will Smith's velocity, Jeff. I think it's gotten better with each passing outing.
Yeah, we've seen 94 now twice tonight. I think the big thing for him, like I said, is continue to get work. And that slider for him, he'll throw 2 or 3 good ones and then he hangs one. So for him, it's just getting that release point down. And when he does, I think we're going to see the Will Smith we all thought we were getting.
1-1 count to Soto. Turner a good lead. The pitch is away at 95. Wander Suero up in the Nationals bullpen. In the 9th inning, the Braves will have their 7, 8, 9 hitters up, needing a little insurance. It was 2-0 thanks to Ian Anderson's 7 innings of 1-hit shutout ball. Shane Green faced 4 hitters, struck out 2 of them, but has given up a run on 2 hits. That one got away from Flowers, who finds it late, but no advance. 3 balls and a strike. Dangerous pitch. He was swinging for the downs, came up empty. It's a full count.
Well, there you go. Will gave him 95, said here, hit it.
Now can he do it again?
Well, if I'd like to see that compared to a slider that, you know, whether he bounces it or hangs it. I'd rather see that fastball. And, you know, to me, Soto's type guy, if you're going to get him, Chip, you can get him belt high up at 95.
So the 3-2 pitch for Soto. Will Smith checks the runner and turns her loose. And he did go up and away, and Soto spoiled that.
Good matchup here. Yeah, I love these matchups.
No stride. Jeff Bagwell-like. Just picks up that front foot and turns it loose, especially when he gets to 2 strikes. And Jeff, that's why he's such a tough man to strike out. Spread out, choke up, and spoil pitches until you get a mistake. Another 3-2 pitch. It's on the ground. Ozzy's got it. Throw to first in time, and Will Smith wins this round head-to-head with Juan Soto. Washington settles for 1. We go to the 9th inning.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Synovus, the bank of here, and by Lexus. Experience amazing.
Ian Anderson and Will Smith to preserve a 2-1 lead after 8 in Washington. Kyle McGowan back to work with Duvall, Flowers, and Ozzy Albies coming up for the Braves, who lead 2-1. Washington will have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up. You see Victor Robles is in center. Adam Eaton takes over in right. The Nationals have their best defensive outfielders out there now. High slider called a strike. It's an even count.
Yeah, great job by Will. You know, and as you said, Chip, he's made some mistakes with that slider. I think we saw tonight him get more aggressive with that fastball at 94, 95. Hopefully that's a nice start for him, getting one of the best hitters in baseball out to keep going.
Double-barreled action in the Nationals pen. Suero, the man on the right, Bork on the left, who got his first big league win last night. In extra innings, the 1-2 pitch. That's off the catcher's mask. And Adam is still alive. A double, and the second and final run scored by the Braves in the 4th inning. Adam Duvall did that. So that was timely. A little more breathing room wouldn't hurt anybody. All the runs the Braves have scored and all the lopsided scores they've had, win or lose, as that one's cut on and missed. I think this is a good experience for Atlanta too. You get in the playoffs, generally speaking, these are the kind of games you're going to play. These are the games you're going to have to win.
And now a quick message from Synovus.
Synovus is here for you. Synovus, the bank of here.
And that's the other thing, not only those type games, Chip, the 1-run games, but also the guys you just faced. The Turner Sotos, those are the guys you're going to have to get out in those situations.
Braves are 8-6 this year in regular season play in 1-run games. So that's an encouraging sign as Tyler Flowers bats. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Mark Melancon getting ready to work the bottom of the 9th. Speaking of the playoffs, if they started today, you know who the Braves' first round opponent would be?
The Marlins.
The Marlins, believe it or not. 0-1 pitch. Fouled away.
Allen's slider's not as sharp today, that little, but he's almost hanging it too much up top where guys can't get to it.
So bad it's good?
Yeah. Saw Dansby miss one. Same thing with Tyler.
Ozzie and Acuna. Big nights tonight for the Braves. Ian Anderson, the biggest. As I said, it was a grade A performance. Acuna, Albies, Anderson. And speak of the devil, Ozzie is waiting on deck. 21 pitches for McGowan. Marlins are losing 7-4 to the Phillies in the 7th inning. The 0-2 pitch pulled way outside for the Braves catcher. A swing and a miss. Another disappearing slider from McGowan, his 3rd strikeout. Hope you'll join us at Sugarlands at Chipper's Corner in 2021. An all-new private third base dugout lounge with mesh seats close to the action. It's air conditioned with Chipper memorabilia, craft beers, free popcorn and ice cream. All the info's available at braves.com/dugout. Let's see if Ozzie can take away McGowan's slider here. Up and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Ozzie missed a month with a bone bruise in his wrist. He's come back and swung the bat well. 4 out of 12 in the series. The pitch didn't get that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, I think he's done fine since he's come back. I think we both thought, he'd go have a couple of bats here where, look, he's got to get his timing right. Missed 30 games.
And that might be a sign of what you're talking about.
Well, those are the pitches you don't see. I mean, I don't care how much BP, sim games you do until you see that kind of pitch, which, it's a pitch when we see normally guys try to get Ozzie out. It's that off speed down and in.
Well, McGowan's had a good night. And I know you meant that with no disrespect at all to the great work that Cole Hamels did in the sim game the other day when Ozzie was.
Well, Ozzie was hitting right-handed there too, with Cole being left-handed.
Right.
I never worry about Ozzie right-handed.
2 balls, 2 strikes. He put it in play 3 times against Patrick Corbin. He's trying to do the same here against the right-hander, Kyle McGowan. He's about to throw his 30th pitch. Oh, wow, a very generous call. McGowan got it. He's been around the plate all night, but that wasn't a strike. He struck out the side, and Mark Melanson's coming on to save it.
Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
By the All South Highway Safety Team. Always wear your seatbelt.
And by Xfinity. Stay connected to your team with Xfinity, the official partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Bottom 9 we go. Braves up 2-1. Ian Anderson in line for his 3rd win of the season, and he has helped Brian Snitker and this club out quite a bit as you take a look at the upcoming starters this week. Kyle Wright will get the ball tomorrow in the finale against the Nats, and then it's Touki Toussaint going on Monday. TBD. Bertie, you'll come back with more on that, I know, but like I said, Anderson's helped him out quite a bit. My favorite guy to see on that screen was Cole Hamels making his 2020 debut with the Braves going in that Baltimore series, and then Max Fried could be back in game 2.
Future's a little brighter. I got to get some shades for this. Ian Anderson, 45th start, or 45th game for the Atlanta Braves.
Yep.
The first pitcher to throw 7 innings. Think about that. I would have said there's no way they're going to be in first place, but they are. Congratulations, Mr. Anderson. Your changeup was phenomenal, and 9 strikeouts. Awesome.
A new career high with those 9 strikeouts, Bertie. Kelly, thank you for that report. Good to see that Cole Hamels will debut, and Max Fried looks like he's on his way back.
Seeing those 2 guys, pitcher there for the starters, that's a nice sign. That is a good thing, good problem to have.
So, assuming the Braves make postseason play, Hamels gets 3 starts. Fried gets a couple of starts to get back in tune and in rhythm, and they could be peaking at just the right time in a first-round matchup.
Yeah, if you go do the calendar, which I've done, it lines them up for a game 1 and game 2 start. So hopefully all that continues to go well in the right direction. Seems to be so far. But hopefully some exciting couple starts coming up for the Braves midweek next week.
Mark Melancon tried to chase down his 10th save and earn Ian Anderson his 3rd win, as you heard Paul say. Last starter for the Braves to win his first 3 big league decisions, Williams Perez in 2015, who went 4-0. And that's a shot off the glove of Ozzie Albies. He tries to recover and can't. And on an 0-2 count, the Nationals get a gift. The tying run is aboard, leading off the 9th inning.
Yeah, tough play. That ball was hit sharp. As you see, they're going to lift him for a pinch runner.
Short hop.
Yeah. That's one of those you're in between. You either got to go back on it or come get it.
So Cabrera will give way to Josh Harrison. That'll be an infield hit for Washington. And here's Thames. Home run power for this guy. He could turn the game around and end it with one swing if you're not careful.
He walked the first time up, and then Anderson got him the next 2 times to strike out.
So Thames 0 for 2. And in the dirt, body blocked by Flowers, no advance. Washington's put the leadoff man on in each of the last 2 innings. They scored the first run and only run of the night on a Trey Turner double. Cabrera reaches on an infield hit with nobody out in the 9th now. So fasten your seatbelts. Things have tightened up in Washington. Right there, a strike at 92.
This is Melanson's 3rd day of work in a row. But for the Braves, when you get this kind of start from Ian Anderson, knowing who you're facing tomorrow and Max Scherzer, you got to get this game.
1 ball, 1 strike. Harrison anchored at first. Thames waits. And here it comes. Fouled away again. Thames thought he might have clunked Tyler Flowers with the bat. Instead, it was the ball that bounced up. As you know, ACC football is underway this weekend, and it returns to Fox Sports South September 19th at noon Eastern. Boston College faces Duke. And at 3:30 Eastern, Charlotte faces North Carolina. ACC Saturdays on South, presented by your local Ford dealer. Duke fell today at Notre Dame, and North Carolina won.
Beat Syracuse.
So 2 good games coming up on the 19th, a week from today. ACC Saturdays on South. 1 ball, 2 strikes. For Thames, here it is. Didn't offer.
Yeah, it's definitely a ball, but it's not much different than the pitch that he rang Ozzie up on to end the top of the 9th on.
Pitch number 8 for Melancon. He would love a ground ball at somebody. Little tapper. That's a tough play. Riley's got it. No, he doesn't. It skips by him, and 2 are on with nobody out. Hard hit ball that Ozzie couldn't handle on a short hop, and now a dribbler off the bat of Eric Thames. And now Yan Gomes is coming up, and we'll see how the Nationals play it.
That's bad luck. Great pitch by Mark. Even if Austin barehands this, I don't think he makes the play at first. He had to come too far.
So they will take Thames out, bring in Carter Kieboom to pinch run. Or the Nationals bunt.
Well, they got the opportunity. You got Garcia, the lefty. If Gomes can bunt him over to 2nd and 3rd, and remember, with them pinch hitting for Taylor with Eaton, you have the hot hitting Adam Eaton coming up after.
And then Robles lurking in the 9 spot. So Melancon, some bad luck, a couple of infield hits, has the Nationals winning runs on base and nobody out. So Yan Gomes, the most important man in the game right now. 2 on, nobody out. No sign of a bunt, at least on the first one. He has no sacrifice bunts this year. Adam Eaton has 4 of them. He has 2 career sacrifices as a big leaguer. A lot of that work with the Indians. 1 ball, no strikes. Gomes 0 for 2. Washington got a run in the 8th. They're threatening in the 9th. They're giving the Braves a taste of their own medicine. Atlanta's come back in the first 2 games, trailing 5-0 in both of them, splitting the first 2 matchups. 2 balls, no strikes. He went around 2-1.
Good hook. That's where Mark kind of makes his living, off that cutter, but the hook off the cutter looks just like it coming out of his hand, but drops straight down.
Two balls and a strike. Two and two. Couldn't pull the trigger. Let's see. How about a one-hopper to Austin Riley, who starts a game-ending triple play?
Be nice. Also take a one hop to him and just get a double play.
I'm greedy. I want to see this thing over.
Didn't know
with.
that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch Gomes just took might have been the best one he's going to get. Let's see. Here it is. Swing and a miss. A breaking ball. Melancon came back to get him, and now a double play ends the game. 1 out. He took a fastball knee high down the middle and then swung and missed a breaking ball that bounced.
What a great sequence for him. 2-0, threw the curveball, got a swing, and then through the front door cutter, came back off that with that curveball again. As you said, now ground ball away from getting a win.
Oh, everybody in Braves country is pacing in the 9th inning of a 2-1 game. Fast runner and Garcia. First and second, 1 out. And a little low, ball 1. Garcia 0 for 3 tonight. Kieboom, the man that matters most. He's the winning run at third base. Eaton on deck. Braves would like to worry about him tomorrow if Melancon can get a double play ball.
Oh, I think he went for sure. Yeah.
He did. Even count.
Yeah. Close enough.
Oh, it's always a strike when the Nationals do it. That's a little known major league rule. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 infield hits, a strikeout so far in the Nationals' 9th. It's their last gasp effort. Melancon checks. Go time. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. All Ian Anderson could do is sit and hope Melancon can keep it 2-1 and earn him his 3rd big league win. And time called. Mark's way ahead in the count, 1-2. Makes him wait. Here we go. You don't get to 203 big league saves without going through moments like these, and that's why you value Mark Melancon so much. No matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, he's not going to be rattled by runners on in a one-run game. He's done this before. Josh Harrison wants to make sure he's got the count right as he's the lead runner at second. And here's where you want action, 2-2. Little tapper off the plate. Melancon's got it. Has to wait for gravity. Throws a strike to first. The runners move up. Second and third, and now there's 2 out.
I don't think Garcia knew where that ball was when he hit it.
He was very late out of the box. And now it's Eaton and Melancon. He heard it bounce off the plate, but had no idea where it ricocheted.
Yeah, the only thing here that I like is you have the potential if you want, and I think that's what you see Snit coming out to talk to Mark. Do you want to put Eaton on and go after Robles?
Well, let's look at the head-to-head matchups. Robles, a much younger player than Adam Eaton.
I think this is more too, Chip. Just you got the confidence. If we put a guy on, you got to throw strikes.
Right.
Do you feel comfortable? Because like you said, that whether Eaton gets on or not, it's regardless. It doesn't matter. It's 2-1. The only runs that matter are the third base and second base.
No history with Eaton and Melancon. However, Robles has faced Mark 4 times and has a hit. That hit a home run. So Tyler Flowers and Mark Melancon strategizing here. We'll see what the Braves decide to do. You've got a base open, and you've got a veteran hitter in Eaton who came on in the 8th inning, singled, stole a base, and scored the Nationals' run. Remember, he's been battling a sore knee. If you don't feel the ball cleanly, you might still be able to get him at first with a strong throw. Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
And this is where it is dangerous, though, because look, they're going to try to probably get Eaton to expand a little bit. You got to trust on that curveball that Tyler's going to be able to block it.
8 of his last 9 hits have gone for extra bases. And a .364 hitter with runners in scoring position. So a hot hitter, a tough hitter in a clutch spot like this. Adam Eaton takes ball 1.
Could be a scenario where they talked and Snit said you get a couple pitches. If you get into a count with them, then we'll run with it. If you get 2-0, then at that point maybe you put him on.
That kid has a lot to smile about after a magnificent 4th major league start. Tyler Flowers goes to his scouting report on his left forearm. He's got to knock anything down in the dirt with the tying run 90 feet away. 1 ball, no strikes. That almost hit Eaton again. That got him mad his first time up, and he rifled a base hit. Ball 2.
Yep. See Brian.
So now Eaton will be intentionally walked. And it's up to Robles to decide the fate of this game. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
And I like this move here. Look, you took a couple chances to get Eaton to expand a little bit, but 2-0, Chip, I'm not letting him beat me.
And he's coming into the game cold. I mean, he was out there defensively briefly, but this is the first time he swung the bat tonight. Last night, Robles was 0 for 4. In game 1, Robles led off and was 0 for 5. So No hits yet in the series, which we obviously hope continues here. A Nat at every base, tying run at third, winning run at second. It'll be Melancon and Victor Robles with the bases loaded in the ninth. Marquez had to work overtime. A couple of infield hits. Boy, that soft roller by Thames is a big play in the game. So how do you attack Robles with the bases loaded?
Well, I think you're going to see him just kind of do what he did to Gomes. Mix the cutter and curveball. Just keep switching it up.
Fly ball hit toward right. That's a can of corn. Duvall is there, and the Braves hang on and win it. Ian Anderson is 3-0 with 7 innings of one-hit shutout ball. Green, Smith, and Melancon get it done. The Nationals leave the bases loaded in the ninth, and Atlanta has won this game 2-1. Wow. Ian Anderson became the first Brave starter, Jeff, to work 7 complete innings. He's 3-0.
He was magnificent. Those 2 walks in the second. Pitching coach Rick Kranitz comes out, talks to him, calms him down, and after that he was in control the rest of the night. 1 hit, a bunt single. Great night for him.
So that repertoire is our StatCast 3D presented by Google Cloud. Ian Anderson was absolutely terrific tonight. You earned a smile, kid. His first 3 wins in the major leagues against the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the defending world champions. What a way to start your big league journey. Braves 2, Nationals 1. That is your final score tonight. We will have all the highlights on Braves Live presented by Xfinity, and we'll again join you with Braves Live presented by Toyota at noon tomorrow on Fox Sports South. It's the final matchup of the season between the Braves and the Nationals. Kyle Wright will face Max Scherzer. What a game tonight in Washington. Braves a winner 2-1. For Jeff, Kelly, and Paul, I'm Chip Carey. Stay tuned. Braves Live is next.